Hello and welcome to today's show. We are at with Ruby from Paramour. Thank you. What was it like growing up in Kentucky?
Well, I grew up on a lot of land with horses and a lake and just lots of room to roam. And that's when I discovered playing make-believe and putting on plays in the backyard. And that's when I started performing. Yeah.
What roles did you do in community theater?
My first role in community theater was Fern in Charlotte's Web. Then my first lead role was the Velveteen Rabbit in The Velveteen Rabbit. That was my big breakout moment. That was when I got my foot in the door when I was around 7 and 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about the Jersey Boys?
What was it like touring? Because you've been in so many touring shows. Jersey Boys, Grease, and we will rock you.
You know all about me. I call it my touring 20s. I toured, I did 4 tours, and I could write a book on touring. I know how to make oatmeal in an instant coffee maker, and I know how to pack for tours. I spent my first tour, it was Gypsy, called a bus and truck tour. That means it's non-union, and you get on the bus at 4 in the morning, and then you drive 13 or 14 hours. You get off the bus, you go to the theater, do the show, and then you might sleep for a few hours, and then you get back on the bus. And I did that for 9 months, and I say every new actor needs to do that. It was Dainty June. So I twirled the baton, and it was quite the experience, but it was a good learning experience, and it was hard work, but I'm really glad I did it.
What did you do in Greece?
In Greece, my role was
Sandy?
I understudied Sandy. I understudied Sandy and Patty, and my official title was the hand jive specialty dancer. So it was, in Greece when Danny and Cha-Cha dance, and there's another couple they dance with. And they win and we lose. So every night I went out there and danced and I lost every time. That was a year and a half. And then Jersey Boys, well, that show is amazing. I played Francine, and I got to sing my boyfriend's back. So I sang my boyfriend's back, I played Francine, and the rest of the time, the ladies of that show are constantly running around backstage and putting on wigs and shoes and changing and moving chairs, and there was more choreography backstage than on stage for us. Yeah.
We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You was my first lead role in a tour. I played Scaramouche, so she's like the rocker chick next to Galileo, and I got to sing Somebody to Love was my big song, my big number.
That's great.
Yeah.
What was your role in the medium?
Oh. I don't know. Is this a family show? Well, Medium was my first co-star role on television. And my audition was in a room like this, probably smaller, for the casting director, Mark Sachs, big-time casting director. And the role was girl who dies from asphyxiation. So I had to sit in a chair like this and say, "You're Mark Sachs," and I had to just go, and until I died. And I had to die with my eyes open.
Yeah, you convinced him pretty good, huh?
And I got the part.
That's awesome.
I don't know if that was as
That's pretty
convincing
good.
as my own. Yeah. It was scary. In the show, I actually had a plastic bag around my head with like duct tape. And there was a slit cut in the back, but I was laying on my head, so when they yelled cut, I really couldn't breathe very well, and I wasn't allowed to breathe because the bag would move and it would fog up. So I was holding my breath, and I'm like, yell cut, yell cut. And finally they yelled cut, and I had to rip it off. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's rough.
Scary.
It
That's
was
rough.
scary, but I didn't care. I was on TV.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Paramour?
Tell us about your role in Paramour.
Well, in Paramour, I play Indigo James. And when I first auditioned, she didn't have a name. She was called the Poetess, and then she was called the Leading Lady, and then she was called Indigo. And then when we were probably 4 weeks away from previews, they said she needs a last name. So I ended up Indigo James after that whole thing. And she's a girl from a small town, much like me. In the show, she's from Indiana, and she heads out west to pursue her dreams, much like me. And then she's discovered singing in a bar, much like me, and by this big movie director. And it's in the golden age of Hollywood, so in those days, they would really pluck these girls out of wherever, and they'd mold them into be these major movie stars. So that's what happens. She gets plucked out of this bar, and her singing and her writing partner is in the bar too. He gets picked up as well, and she, she ends up in this big production, this big studio film. The director falls in love with her. She's in love with her friend from the bar, and she has to choose eventually between the love of this one man and the big director and the love of millions, and it follows her on her journey. Yeah, and then all the acrobatics kind of just elevate the experience that she's going through.
When you're in rehearsal, how did they make the fine line between Cirque and Broadway?
Well, it was an interesting rehearsal process. It was what Cirque du Soleil calls creation rather than rehearsal. So that meant on January 4th, we all showed up, and we all were very different. There are people from 13 countries represented, so there were language barriers, and we all had different skill sets. But from January 4th until we opened previews, we all kind of just threw our hat in the ring, so to speak, and all the acrobatics were going on around us because we were rehearsing in a big warehouse. So we could see in every part of the warehouse there was some different type of creation going on. So it was like the trapeze over here, the straps act over here, the trampoline act over here, and we were just watching all of it all the while we're like learning our little song, like la 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 la. This is much more amazing than I ever thought.
And then you get to do it.
Yeah, I get to do it, and I get like front row every night to watch all the amazing
And you're
acrobatics.
flying, and
I get to fly. Mm-hmm.
what else do you get to do?
I get to fly, and I get lifted a lot. A lot of the strong guys, they're called porters in the Cirque world. The porters, I mean, they'll lift me with one hand from like, I'll put my foot in their hand, and they'll just lift me straight up like that. That was scary at first, and and I do some harness work. Mm-hmm.
You like to sing in the car. What do you like to sing?
I think Whitney Houston most of the time. I like to test and see how high I can belt. So
She sings high.
She sings high. And Ariana Grande, I guess. I like to see if I can hold my own with the big beltresses. Celine Dion's another good one.
That's his favorite.
Is that right?
Wow.
I met her
Oh
when
my gosh.
I met her when I went to go so this Celine.
In Vegas.
Yeah, I'm afraid of flying, but I got on the plane
Oh
and
my gosh.
just to see her, and I'm terrified of flying, and by the time we got off the plane, Mommy had bloody welts in her arms because I was digging my nail so hard into her.
Oh, is it all worth it though? Since you saw Celine?
Yeah,
He's got
because,
several times.
Is that
Madison
right?
Square Garden.
because I got the meter in a private dressing room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow. You have friends in high places,
Yeah,
sir.
her dressing room is decorated like her kitchen and living room
No.
of her house,
Wow.
so her kids don't get the trauma
Oh my
of being not home. So what they do is they say they're going for a ride in the car and they are only circling the block, but what they really do is drive through this secret tunnel and they think it's the garage, and then they step into the living room, and right next to that is the dining room.
That is the
I think it was
craziest.
his kitchen, wasn't it? Wasn't the kitchen?
No, it
Dining
was,
room, I think.
it was the
It's
dining.
the exact
Wow.
duplicate of the real one in our
Yeah.
home.
I want to see that. That's
You see.
You think it's still
amazing.
there like that?
Yes.
I
The kids are
wonder.
older at
The
this
kids
point.
are older now.
Yeah, I saw one of them
It was on TV.
from the Billboard Music
Right.
Awards. Did you
Yeah.
watch that? Yes, he's all he grew all grown
He grew
up.
up,
It's
yeah.
crazy. And handsome.
Everybody grows up.
Yeah, it's like the kid from
I like
Sixth
it.
Sense. You know, you see him. It's like,
I
whoa.
know, right?
Yeah.
I and you love to cook. What's your favorite meal to cook?
Well, you know, I was raised on Southern food,
Yeah.
so I always just like to make fried chicken, buttermilk fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, and either country style green beans or broccoli casserole.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not good for you, but it tastes really good.
That's always the way.
Now, I heard you have a special skill of tap dancing.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to play Reno?
Yeah.
In
Yes.
anything goes?
I will play Reno. Before I die, I will. I will. I told the people at Cirque du Soleil I could tap dance. And the director, Philippe Ducoff, in Montreal said, "Oh, why don't you show me?" So I went in a studio, I had my tap shoes, and I tapped for 45 minutes straight.
Oh my god.
And just, you know, showing all my different tricks and everything. And he was just kind of watching me like this. I'm sure he was thinking like, how could this fit in the show? There's nothing we can really do. So I only tap a teeny bit in the show, you'll see. Because I'll see, I wonder if you can pick it out. It's just a small little thing, but I threw it in there, I was like, I'm tapping, I don't care. Yeah.
Can you do Reno in like a regional theater?
Yeah. I mean, I actually did Anything Goes in high school, but I didn't get to play Reno.
Or did you
I
play
played one of the girls, what are they called? Like,
Angel?
one of the angels.
Look what I happen to be doing anything goes this summer.
Really?
I'm playing Moon
No.
Base.
Do you need a tap dancer?
And I have a great Reno with her name is Kara Smith, and she has an album out on iTunes now with a music video, and
I'll look her up.
yeah, Kara Smith.
Tara Smith?
Yeah,
Kara
and come put me on the train.
Put me on the train.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. You're so nice to your friends. You
Yeah.
give them plugs in your show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's so exciting.
How long are you in Paramour?
Well, I'm definitely there through April of next year.
So
Yeah.
a year.
April 2017. And then we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll probably stay on. I have a really good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I just want to thank you for doing this.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I have
Can
a
you
question.
add me on Facebook?
I will right away.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Can I,
Yes.
before we're done, I don't hear a southern accent. No, you can- I don't hear a southern
You
accent.
don't? Oh, that's
No,
good.
no, maybe I'm not sensitive. Was that a challenge in getting roles? Or did you have to, did you have to remove the accent that I don't hear?
I think that happened in college,
Yeah.
and I had 4 years to kind of get rid of it. But it's funny because I don't think about it until I call home to my parents' house, and they still have the old answering machine, and it's me from when I was like 11,
Really?
and it says, "Hi, you've reached the Lewis's, 633-5841."
Probably
And I'm like, wow, that's an accent.
Yeah.
It's so
yeah.
funny.
We're sorry about that interruption.
No worries.
You good, Lawrence? You should hang up.
So tonight,
Yeah. And you want to autograph one for me?
yeah.
Oh, that was nice. All right, here's a pen if you need a regular pen.
I've got a,
Oh,
do you want it
you-
on the front or on my
I
picture?
don't either one.
How about on the picture? Or both?
I have that. I have a Sharpie if we want the front, but it's up to you.
Yeah, you can sign that one.
The front?
And the picture?
And then tonight, oh, here's a Sharpie. You can get Jeremy Kushner and
Yeah.
Ryan Bonner and
You will send that.
oh, guys.
Yeah.
J-E-S-S-E.
You're gonna,
J-E-S-S-E?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're gonna come out of the stage door, right?
Yes. Yep. I'll be there. So far, it hasn't been too crazy at the stage door. Not too many folks are catching on.
How has the response to the show been?
Great. People have a really good time. Yeah. The audiences love it.
Oh, good.
The picky people have things to say, but the audiences love it. Yeah.
Interesting.
What do you know
Nice.
about? What do you know about the menu that we got?
They give a menu?
Oh yeah. You can order at your seat. You can order ice cream. You can order popcorn, beverages,
That's neat.
and can order on your phone, and someone brings it to you.
So you just sit at a regular seat, it's not like tables? Like the
Right,
Las
just your theater
Vegas
seat.
show, okay.
It's like you're at a baseball game or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a big theater, so I guess it keeps the lines during intermission down.
I have a question, curiosity question, and I hope it's not an awkward question. Does an actor get the same pay in rehearsal that they would get when the show is on the road, on Broadway?
Rehearsal,
No,
we
not
always
particular.
get paid less for rehearsals.
You always get,
Sometimes a lot less.
really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since I've been doing it, the rehearsal pay is always much less. I guess the producers aren't bringing in money yet.
Well, that's understood.
And I guess even especially on Broadway, if something like Nerds happens, and the show closed before it opened, kind of thing,
Oh.
then I guess it makes sense that you don't want to,
Yeah.
throw all of your
That-
collateral in the
This
pot.
is your first Broadway debut. What was it like stepping on your Broadway debut for the first time? And what was opening night like?
I think that there are some pictures from opening night of the curtain call that kind of says it all, because I was just like, my face was so big and I was like taking it all in. I was trying my best to, just not forget it. I was taking mental snapshots. My whole family was there, and it was just really exciting. But I couldn't get too excited because I still had to do the show. So before the show, I was deep breathing and
Yeah.
trying to.
Compose yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Who made the decision that your wig would be red or brown?
I don't know. They were back and forth. They were fighting over it for a while, whether it was red or blonde. And one of the main guys in Cirque du Soleil said, "That's it. She's blonde. I don't care." And they said, "Well, they've already written a song called Ginger Top. What is it going to be called if her hair is red?" And then they rewrote the song to be Honey Drop. And I was like, I don't think Honey Drop works as well as Ginger Top.
Ginger, yeah.
So it went back to Red. I don't know. I don't know who made the
Do
decision.
directors take feedback from the actors? It's such a.
This time they did.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
This time they did because there wasn't a writer who was just like, these are my words and you
Uh-huh.
have to do it like this.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so we were all kind of writing it together. And so I could say, I don't think that doesn't feel natural to say. I could say stuff like that, and yeah, they were pretty receptive. It was cool in that way.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
Jess?
I just want to thank you for doing it again.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait.
I can't wait to see it. I hope
Looking
you
forward
like
to
it.
seeing the show.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.